This movie is in a tier of its own. It should not be anywhere near MD Pope. It's in within a tier of its own, and I'm not joking when I say that. They put the shit in their mouth and they tape her mouth shut. They tape her mouth shut, and they put her back. Mystery behind Fetus Munchers is gonna finally be unveiled by me, and it puts a huge smile on my face. A really fucked up sentence to say. Gonna unveil Fetus Munchers with a smile. Whatever. Nonetheless, this is a movie that was fucking covered in so much mystery because the Iceberg thing came out. You got stage 6, 7, and 8. People have at least claimed to see clips of those movies. There's pictures of them. Just clips floating around about them. But with Fetus Munchers, there was absolutely nothing. No, you Google, Bing, DuckDuckGo, nothing would come up. Not a picture, not a clip. No one was talking about it. So as of recent on Reddit, a couple people were talking about it. People brought it up. People were showing the cover art of it, and that blew my fucking mind. Because again, I was researching for hours trying to find something about it because I was finding, everything else, but I couldn't find anything about Fetus Munchers. And then with all that shit being said, I called up the dude who hooked me up with MD Pope, and I was like, "Hey, yo, do you have Fetus Munchers? You just happen to have it?" And he's like, "Yeah, I have it." I was like, "Well, fuck, I should have hit your ass up earlier." You know what I'm saying? Dude had the entire fucking time. So I watched Fetus Munchers Volume 1. I did not watch Volume 2. Volume 2 apparently is much, like 1,000 times worse than Volume 1. I'm going to leave that for a separate review because it is a movie within its own, even though it is a dual pack. So they come together. But I'm going to leave that within an entire review of itself. So with all that shit being said, let's get right into this. Give a little bit of a history lesson. Again, almost no information could be found out about it. So a lot of this information I'm going to give you is kind of rough estimations right here. So the release date, it's not given, at least at the end of MD Pope, it tells you when it was made. Right here, I give a rough estimate of 2013 to 2014. Now, the reason I do that is because this uses a lot of memes of 2013 and 2014 era, like Neon Cat, the Troll Arc, trolling song remix. And on top of that, it uses videos that were released in 2013. So it has to have at least been made in 2013 and therefore after. There's no way you're going to put a video that was made in 2013 and post it online in 2011. You're not a fucking time traveler, okay? It's just basic, common sense. And the guy who made it, it's a little bit foggy. I think he goes by the name of Fetus Muncher because at the end of the first one, it says D.I.R. John Guro. I'm assuming D.I.R. meant director, so maybe John Guro, the Fetus Muncher, but at the end of the second one, it says peace out, Fetus Muncher, or Fetus Muncher is out, or some stupid shit like that. And then in the beginning, it also says, I guess, Fetus Muncher as well, so I'm assuming the guy goes by Fetus Muncher. And this is his very shitty mixtape. It's about an hour and 26 minutes long, so about 86 minutes, and it has, hold your fucking seats, 170 clips, about 170 clips. So it's an hour shorter than MD Pope, but it has nearly 3 times the fucking clips. How does it manage that? We'll get into it. But with all those clips, I gotta say, there's about 26 sections where, he plays music, a lot of music. And I gotta say, he has a really good taste in music. A lot of songs I had to Shazam because I didn't know the song. So I can kind of give you the names of the songs so you'd have a better idea of what was going on. But it was cut into like 26 sections. And out of those sections, I would say there was about 60 plus anime gore clips and about 55 funny clips. I put that above funny because most of them were dry humor. It just wasn't fucking funny. So I guess you don't take this compilational mixtape too serious right here. On top of that, there was about 20 real gore clips. And that's just about it. Out of 170 clips, only 20 of them were real gore. Then he had 15, clips from movies, like movie gore. And then 15 clips of porn itself. A couple of scat clips and a couple of Asian animal clips. You know what these Asians do with fucking animals. I'm not trying to be, stereotypical or racist, but when it comes to these mixtapes, when you see Asians, it's either animals or fucking scat or vomit. It's nothing nice. I mean, that's just what it is. Some drag queen clip, and then like one clip just about weightlifting. It's just random as fuck. But one thing I want to go back onto that fucking, funny shit. I gotta say, I guess he put funny clips from to break up the monotony. You know what I'm saying? But in that, he ended up creating monotony. And it was just the dumbest fucking contradictory thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And we're going to get into that shit later on into the movie. So With all that being said, I have the entire kind of like written down script. I prefer to write things down than to type it out into a phone or a notepad. Um, my second phone's over here anyway, but I just prefer to write things down. That's just me. So that shit being said, we're gonna go over everything that happens inside this fucking movie. So hold on to your seats. I'm about to unveil Fetus Munchers Volume 1. So it opens up, it says, by an autistic, it's like, it calls itself an autistic fuck production. He also calls himself an autistic psycho, so there's that. You know, I feel like that sets the tone for the entire fucking movie. And while the intro is playing on all this bullshit, and I guess he's insulting himself, which, again, using the term autistic is, you know, a very kind of like right before mid-2010s, 2012, 13, 14 type of thing to do. And it's playing the Neon Cat song. It's fucking stupid. And then the first clip is like two lesbians. One of them eating out the other one's ass with like cream. It's like, I guess, like whipped cream out of her butt and all that shit. And this goes on for about 3 minutes. I mean, it's not that specific clip, but it shows a whole bunch of lesbian clips. You know, it's like a lesbian compilation. They're shoving like massive fucking dildos in each other's butts. And then there's butt roses or a meat rose. If you don't know what a meat rose is, it's not something you're gonna find in a fucking flower shop, I'll tell you that much. And what it is when your anus gets fucking prolapsed and it looks like a meat rose, like a rose made out of meat coming out of your butt. There's that. Skittles, they're putting like Skittles or some looking Skittle things in like some bitch's pussy. Then like they play golf with each other's butts. They grab like a cup and she shoves it in one of their butts, and then she's just like fucking hitting golf balls in their butts. And there's more butt meat roses. And while this is going on, the 3-minute compilation of like that porn intro of just lesbian porn and all this weird shit is playing Crazy Bitch by Buckcherry. I Shazammed it. Again, most of these songs I had to because I didn't know what it is. And now we're gonna fucking dabble in a little bit of a trend right here. Every time you hear Japanese inside this movie, only a couple things are gonna come up. Again, this is set for this fucking movie, and mixtapes in general, it's always vomit or scat or some shit that has to do with animals. So it shows 3 Japanese people and 3 Japanese females, and they're feeding eels into her. Feeding them into her. Feeding, you know, you feed something into something. They're putting eels in her fucking butt and all that shit. And it's playing possibly the most annoying song I've ever heard in my entire fucking life. I mean, I'd rather grab a blow dryer and put it right against my fucking ear on max than continue to listen to this shit. It sounds like Austin Powers is like just singing about eels while like a blind person is just going fucking ham on a piano, blind and deaf, and matter of fact with prosthetic arms. It's just the most obnoxious song I've ever heard in my entire fucking life. Then it has this weird cross-dresser that comes in, and like this dude with like long arms that just, oh God, he's just doing this stupid shit, stupid fucking dance. And he's like going side to side, and somebody with like in a giant like cartoonish elephant suit. And while I'm watching this, I'm just hoping that Brock Lesnar just comes out and beats the fuck out of all 3 of them. It's just the most annoying thing to ever watch. And they're like discussing fish for like a minute straight. Just like talking about fish like it's some NATO meeting. Like the world's power is just fish. Just fucking discussing fish. It's stupid. Then after that, I guess that was the setup for what's coming next with 2 Asian guys. They're in smocks. And the video starts with a female just like this. And she just throws up baby fish. Just throws them up. God. And they're fucking they have like if you Google the word fish, they have like these fucking fish like this, and they're just like she's making out with them dead fish and shoving them in her and just fucking rubbing them on her nose. It's just, what the fuck, man? And then she gives an octo-noggin fish job. This is a term I decided to create, an octo-noggin fish job. Which, if you don't know what the fuck that is, well, I didn't know what it was till I created the word. She grabs an octopus's head, octo-noggin, and puts it on his fucking cock and begins to suck it. Octo-noggin fish job. And whilst all this is happening, it's playing that 1 Pound Fish song with the Indian guy, which is a song that I find just so annoying. I wouldn't even play it to bother the worst fucking enemy on the world. I mean, it's just that song. it was almost as bad as that eel song. Almost as bad, just not as bad. Then it cuts away to like two guys about to fight. He grabs like a giant fish, slaps him in the face, and he falls into a river. And it turns into a cartoon. And when the guy falls into a river, he gets eaten by a mechanical Nazi fish. That is like the fucking weirdest concoction of words I've ever said or heard in my life. He's been eaten by a mechanical Nazi fish. I'm dead fucking serious. Then it skips to like, you know that PS1 game called Seamen? Seamen, get it? Because like they're men and they like have fish and like in the sea and it's like seamen, but like seamen. I've heard better comedy come from a fucking third grader, okay? Seamen, they're like talking with each other. Stupid, useless shit. Then it skips to a meat crusher, which, you know those meat crushing things? I don't know what it's fucking called, but they use them at farms. They throw like cow carcasses and horse carcasses in it. Then it rolls and it crunches them down and turns them to like fucking paste. It shows that for about 30 seconds, and it plays a song called Quack Quack by Rompa Pop. That shit. Google it. Then after that, Asians. What do you think they're doing? A, vomit, B, scat, or something with animals? Animals. I don't even know what the fuck. It was like these fish finger things? I can't even describe it. I don't even fucking know. They're rubbing her down with it, and they're fucking going right in her pussy and shit. Sorry, when I talk, I breathe in a lot of air. Excuse me, shit. And whilst all this is going down, they're playing Foxtrot Uniform Charlie Kilo. It's hard not to sing that shit by Bloodhound Gang. Hard not to sing it. The song is very catchy, and I really like that song, actually. So this guy does have really good taste in music, by the way. And whilst playing that, it shows the Asian fish finger shit. And it also shows this scat wedding with this Asian chick. More Asians, right? And like she's fucking eating shit out of this guy's ass, and he's shitting on her and shitting in her mouth, and it's like shit all over her. So, alright, hold on. Alright, so he's shitting all over, and she's eating it, and then he turns around, he's like pissing on her and stuff, and then goes back to shitting on her. Then some guy comes with black gloves and puts her in her mouth, and she rabbits the shit. And it's just it's fucking disgusting, okay? It's disgusting to say the least. And it's sped up, mind you, it's sped up while that's going on, which is a trend in this film, a lot of speeding up of action and action. Fucking A. A lot of sped up, you know, gore and shit. Then after that, it comes the worst part of the entire movie. I don't give a fuck about your political view, and you shouldn't give a fuck about my political view. It's not gonna get real political. I'm just gonna say this. It's a pastor that's bashing Obama. Now, I don't give a fuck if he was bashing Nixon. I don't give a fuck if he was bashing Abraham Lincoln or George Washington. He was just bashing him for about 14 fucking minutes straight. In what was supposed to be a gore film with, like, you know, fucked up, desensitized, depravity. It has a pastor just bashing a president for 14 minutes straight. Now, there were some funny clips, and mind you, what fucking blew my mind is throughout these clips, some clips he has hair, some clips he's bald. So this motherfucker's been doing this for years. I mean, he's a man on a mission. Like, he's saying a lot of racist shit, which is it was a little bit funny. He had some fucking funny things to say. And while it's doing this, it's playing the Trollark Troll song, the remix shit they used when they used to troll people back in the day. But again, 14 straight minutes of this shit. And it's like 42 different clips. That's that kind of funny section thing I was talking about earlier. 42 different clips of just this shit. And again, 14 minutes of just this. And I get it, you want to put funny clips in a mixtape to break up the monotony. But then you try to break up the monotony with 14 minutes of fucking monotony. Talk about a contradiction, you fucking idiot. That is so stupid. It's like, I'm gonna defend myself. How are you gonna do it? By stabbing myself. Are you fucking stupid? Or are you dumb? Holy shit. Man, you're fucking dumb. Talk about a waste of fucking time. Holy shit. Then it plays the Uncle Ruckus with like Jimmy Rebel, Johnny Rebel, some fucking racist song from the Boondocks. I love the Boondocks, so I guess I would give it a plus if the quality wasn't fucking 3 pixels. Like a blotch of paint on my fucking screen. But then when it comes to eating the shit in the scat, oh, that's in 4K. Now that shit's in 12K, HD, triple HD. But when it comes to, the good clips, it's fucking, looks like it's on a Game Boy Color that has a cracked screen and low on batteries with a corrupt cartridge that's been soaked in fucking water. Then after that, it takes 29 whole minutes. Not fucking playing with you. 29 minutes and 19 seconds for the first gore clip to come up. That is literally 1/3 of the fucking movie. I mean, the movie is only 86 minutes long. 29 minutes it took to get to the first gore clip of a movie called Fetus Muncher. You think it'd be filled with fucking gore? Man, I thought it'd be people eating fucking children, some cannibalism and shit. Or that Asian guy that was eating the baby. No. It's about pastors fucking being stupid and funny haha, mechanical Nazi fish. That's what this fucking movie's about. And then weird fucking Japanese fish. Fucking fish. These people love fish, man. I mean, I understand. I'm not a big fish person, but I like, eating cows. I like steaks. I would never fucking stick my dick in one. Lord, man. Fucking Lord. But then it's 3 minutes of straight gore, and it's all sped up. 3 guys, 1 hammer, some beheadings, a guy that was cut in half, a guy with a split face, the neo-Nazi beheading, some Middle East beheadings, the Asian gun down. You gunned down that first Asian guy. They beheaded like 9, 10 other Asians, and it shows intestines. Some guy stabbed in the head with a butterfly knife. Then it shows the guy who was on fire, and then he just lays there, he's all fucked up and shit. I mean, he was on fire. Plays all these clips for about 3 minutes, and it shows a bunch of Middle Easterns slicing people's throats like pigs. Then it plays the song Die Motherfucker Die by Dope. That song is fucking overplayed as a motherfucker. And with all that shit being said, that's kind of, the first gore section. It plays about, 10, 11 clips right there. Just 3 minutes straight of it. It's all sped up, like it's fucking going fast. And it's playing that song. And now here comes the I Hate Hobo section, at least that's what I would call it. It shows kids getting onto a school bus. Clearly there's some movie or some like amateur movie shit or whatever. The guy walks up, like the bus driver's like, oh, and he runs the fuck away. And then this guy has like a flamethrower. It's a whole bunch of kids in a bus. And then he's like, oh, do you kids like school? And like, yeah. He's like, do you kids like ice cream? And he's like, yeah. He's like, you like hobos? They're like, yeah. And he fucking blasts them with the flamethrower and kills them all. Which puzzles my mind, because if I was him, the second that they said they love school, I would have hit them with the flamethrower right fucking there. But you gotta wait. Like, I got an honest question. If you're from Europe, be honest, what the fuck is the hatred with the homeless over there? Is it like you look down at them on like useless to society? Because every time I hear about homeless people, it's always them being killed or mutilated. In Europe. It's a European thing. Especially, there's a clip where the guy's like, I fucking hate hobos. He hates hobos so bad that he gets a flamethrower and melts a school bus full of kids. How much he fucking hates hobos. I mean, he killed like 20, 30 kids just to make a statement that he hates hobos. There was this story where like they cut off a hobo's head. Like, this is real shit right here. And they played soccer with it. And the only reason they were found because a blood trail led to their house. You got 3 guys with 1 hammer where they just kept killing hobos. Like, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with Europe and their hatred for homeless people, but I feel bad for them. I don't try to kill them. I give him money. Like, yeah, he's fucking down in his luck. Give him 10, 20 bucks. Give him a meal. I don't fucking cut off his head and play soccer with it. Or, I don't know. So my camera's about to cut off right here. I'll see you soon. Storage filled up, so I had to delete some shit, so now we are back. So we got some more Asians coming up. What do you think they're doing? Like eating vomit, shit. Actually, some cannibalism right here. Cannibalism of thyself, self-cannibalism, auto-cannibalism, I don't know what the fuck you call it. But she's eating herself, a Japanese chick. And it's high production, so you can see it's clearly from a movie, especially the props don't look real all the time. So she like sticks a fucking knife and a fork in her pussy, takes out a chunk, it looks very, very fucking fake. She eats it, then she stabs herself into the nipple and like cuts off the tip of it, like the areola, I think. That looked pretty real. And she eats that shit. And then she stabs herself in the eye after looking at her reflection with a knife. Like, that's what I want next. That initially looked real. And when she started pulling it out, it started looking very, very fucking real. I was like, holy shit, that looks like insane. And when she fully pulls it out, it looks fucking fake as ever. Then she eats it. And then it shows like a dead chick laying on the fucking floor with like a screwdriver looking thing stabbed into her head. She's covered in blood. And it's playing the song I Could Care Less by Devil Driver. I Shazammed it because, again, I don't know all these fucking songs at all except like one or two. And then it just shows a very out of place fucking clip where this guy's deadlifting tires. It's like 4 tires on each side. Big ass fucking dude. He just deadlifts it and it walks away. I'm not sure if I was supposed to find that funny, amusing. Oh shit, look how strong he is. I mean, dude's like 500. He better be a strong motherfucker if he's that big, but what place does it have in here? I have no idea I don't know what fucking purpose it serves. Then after that, it does a quick cut to like some anime gore, just like an anime chick. She's killing a whole bunch of kids. And it's playing happy, like, anime music. So, get it? Because she's, like, killing kids, and it's, like, happy, upbeat anime music. While, like, you see death, and it's like, oh, this guy who made this must be crazy. He's, like, crazy. If you're watching this, you made it, slap the shit out of yourself, really. Or just at least admit the fact you were 16 when you made this. That's just fucking AIDS right there. It's like 60 plus clips, like 10 minutes of straight up anime gore. You got shit from Ninja Scroll, Afro Samurai, Fist of the North Star. It's just a whole bunch of like gory ass animes, just showing clips of people dying. Goes on for about 10 minutes. Then shows a fat guy dancing, Steven Asante. He's from like My 600-Pound Life. He's dancing in his boxers. If you don't know him, he was the one that fell off the golf cart and created like a fucking massive crater, like a meteor just struck the ground. And his father's looking at him while he's like, oh, like he's pretending like he just got fucking walloped by Superman. Like he just got fucking mollywopped. And his dad's just looking at him, just like thinking about how much cheaper it would have been to just throw on a condom. It's just sad. Like, if my son was 800 pounds, man, I would have just fucking took him behind the shed and just put him out of his fucking misery. Like, real shit. First off, you're suffering. And by you suffering and being, like, it's such a fucking miserable failure, you're making me feel like a fucking miserable failure. Like, seriously, man. But after that shit, it goes to, it cuts right to, Asians, shitting on paper plates. Like, these small-ass paper plates. Of course, it's sped up, as you'd assume. Everything's sped up in this movie. That's the whole entire fucking gimmick. Just like the last thing with the fat guy dancing, Steven Asante, that was sped up. So they're shitting into paper plates, small ones. I keep doing this with my nose because it itches. I'm not a cokehead, don't worry. But they're shitting into these small paper plates. And then, like, there's this chick. God, what the fuck? There's this chick, like... She's like a bullseye thing. She's like chained up, and they're like pelting her with the shit. And then she's laid on a table, and they're like leaving it on her face, and they put the shit in her mouth, and they tape her mouth shut. They tape her mouth shut, and they put her back. They tape her mouth shut and they put like a bag over her head with this shit in her. And then they fucking put like a blow dryer thing on her head. I don't fucking know. Like, I don't know what they're doing, man. It's fucking Asians, man. I don't know. It's fucking gross. It's obviously fucking gross. Again, shit is my weak spot, man. I had to keep fucking looking away and then looking back because I had to make the review. It's fucking gross. I've said it like about 6 times. And while this is happening, it's playing like a Chocolate Rain rap remix. And it shows like that, you know that Disney movie with the chick with the long hair? It shows like the guy cut her hair off. And that's it. Yeah, that's the clip. Again, I don't know what purpose that serves, about as random as the tire thing. Hold on, check this shit out. Take that shit with you. Sell on eBay for $3.99. You just got a popular burp. Get some money. It shows Sloth from the Goonies, yo. Then it shows Voldemort from Harry Potter. I don't watch Harry Potter, but I do know some of the characters because it's popular. It's a very popular franchise. He's like announcing Harry Potter's death. And it shows like some clip called You Can Stick Up Your Bum Bum. That's what I wrote down as notes. Oh, okay. So he comes in, it's like a burger establishment, and he's like, you can stick these up your bum bum. And the guy like flips out and like slams some tray. And I tried to look up where it's from, but all I got was like a picture of an SJW holding a massive fucking vibrator used for females' pussies. and by the color of his hair, he probably used it on himself. So if anything, seeing that thumbnail was 10 times more traumatizing than this movie in itself. After that, here comes a poop dunk. Don't know what that is? Oh, good. I'm gonna fucking explain it to you. So she's like tied up, an Asian chick. Wow, what a surprise! I thought she would have been a fucking Latina. I thought she would have been fucking like Mexican. No, fucking Asian chick, fucking tied up. A big box like this, as you see through. It's shit water. It's poopy doop. And then there's a whole bunch of Asian dudes who are lowering her. And while she's tied up, she gets her head stuck in the fucking poop water and held there for a couple of seconds. They pull her out. Then the next thing, fucking that movie Dead Alive, the guy with the lawnmower killing all the zombies. It shows that. Then like one of the females grabs the zombie's head and puts it in the blender. And while that's happening, it plays Edge Crusher, Fear Factory, and it also goes into Concrete Jungle, Black Label Society. Both of those songs were Shazammed. It plays those songs while these two are going on. There shows like a doctor put jelly on his fingers. So I'm thinking, oh, he's about to give a prostate exam. And then he puts on a camera or some shit. And I'm like, okay, he's recording a prostate exam. Then his pants drop. And it shows a dead body on the fucking table. And right there, I knew things were getting very, very fucking out of hand. It was from a movie. I can't remember the movie. And he fucks the corpse, some necrophilia. But it's a movie. So it ain't real. You just clearly see from a movie. I've seen that movie before. I can't remember what it was. But I've seen that movie before. Fucked up to say, right? And I saw it when I was like 10 or 11 years old. So I can't remember it. But what the fuck? Then it shows like some samurai fighting his wife, and like she stabs him in the arm with something like a fucking, I guess like a screwdriver or some shit. I can't remember it right now. And then he's like, "Ow, that hurt." Like I'd assume so. And then she grabs like a broken wine bottle and stabs him in his fucking face, and like it's in there all the way deep so you can't see his face. She pulls it out, and like all of this is just like a red crater, and she goes like this, and she blows into it, and his face fucking shoots out on the floor. It was the funniest shit I've ever seen. Like, I didn't laugh, but it was like, what the fuck? You know, so you just smile. Like, what is that shit? Very unique, nonetheless. And while that's happening, it's playing Radioactive by Imagine Dragons. Also shows the poltergeist, face pulling off scene and a box cutter attack from some Asian movie. And it shows the wrong turn scene where, like, he chops this chick completely in half, the blonde chick. I believe that's the second wrong turn. Then after that, it shows that big-ass white dragon from Never Ending Story. The corniest fucking joke, I guess it's supposed to be a funny scene, like the kid's talking to the dragon, and he's like, "I guess I'll take you over here." And then the guy, I guess Fetus Muncher himself, writes down, "To rape?" Yeah, the dragon's gonna fucking rape him with his 25-foot fucking lizard dick. It was just so unfucking funny. Like, this humor is so fucking dry, it's literally drought. I mean, I found more entertainment in driving through a fucking car wash. I'm dead fucking serious. I mean, you're probably blinking right now. And that right there is more entertaining than this fucking film. Not joking with you. Anyway, with that shit being said, there's a clip of like a murderer documentary, and it's playing the Batman song from like the 1950s, and it plays a thing from Salo, which I saw Salo a bunch of years back. I would say 3 or 4 years back with a friend of mine. We was smoking a fucking fat ass L, and we was drinking a little bit, and it was fucking funny. The funny ass scene where he's like, "Put your fingers in your mouth," and the kid puts his fingers up. They're all eating shit, and then he's like, "Now say I can't eat rice with my fingers like this," and the kid's like, "I can't eat rice with my fingers like this," and he's like, "Well then eat shit." That made me fucking laugh. I was like, it was pretty funny. Then it goes into something called Foxy Man, which is like a fox and some gay guy fucking standing outside in like some place where it's trash everywhere. Like, "This is my home," and he's playing like a fucking banjo. I don't know. I don't know if I was supposed to find that funny. I'm not sure. It goes on for about 5 to 6 minutes. I didn't find it fucking funny. Not at all. Then it shows like some knights talking, and it's playing the Batman song. Then it has a guy who keeps screaming newborn porn about 6 times very fucking loud. So that was nice. Definitely I turned on my fucking volume from that. And shows a stand-up comedian telling a joke for about 4 minutes about Michael Jackson. After that, shows more lesbian porn. They're like shitting out small basketballs out of their butts. And then they start fucking some guy. after sucking his cock. It's playing that pussy neck back lick my fucking ass and my ear, that stupid fucking song. Then it shows a Street Fighter M Bison meme when he has the phone or whatever. Yes! Then it shows like some cannibal guy admitting to eating and luring some fucking girl. Clearly looks like it's from a movie. Then it plays the Apology Song remix by The Poke. And it plays My Dick by Mickey Avalon as the credits roll. And it's showing lesbian porn, which while it's showing lesbian porn, I mean, these bitches have some nice asses. I mean, like, I'm into petite chicks. Like, don't get me wrong. All my girls I've been with and I fucked, all petite. I've always been into, like, you know, bitches a little bit shorter than me, like about 5'3". I'm about 5'10". Okay, that's not too much shorter than me. That's a lot shorter than me. But, you know, petite, you know, a medium ass, some decent tits on. But these bitches have fat ass, and I gotta say, they look great. Very smooth apple fat asses. And they were shaking them shits. I'm not gonna front. I was actually contemplating, this goes on for a minute straight while the credits are rolling. I was contemplating about whipping out my monkey and spanking that shit, if you get my drift. And then I know they're like squirting milk out their butts, and I was like, that shit killed the whole mood. I was like, nah, I'm good. But that's Fetus Muncher Volume 1 for you. Now if I had to give my entire review, now all my papers fall on the floor, I gotta say, right now and right here, this movie is in a tier of its own. It should not be anywhere near MD Pope. It's within a tier of its own, and I'm not joking when I say that. And the tier should be labeled, don't waste your fucking time. That's what the tier should be labeled. I mean, this movie is just so terribly boring. There's points where I took out my fucking phone, and I don't use Instagram like that. I really don't. Only time I go, I post like a story, like 1 or 2 posts on my feed, and I log the fuck off. I close down the app or whatever. Fucking, you know, clear the swipe. And somehow I found myself scrolling through Instagram about 15 different fucking times throughout this movie. And you know what? I don't understand this fucking mentality right here. The creator had the audacity to put in the credits for people to make reviews and spread the word about his creation. That right there makes me want to delete this fucking video. I don't want to give you any satisfaction. And now I see why no one knows anything about Fetus Munchers. Because people were so embarrassed and so fucking just, wow, this is so pathetically bad, that they just didn't want to talk about it to do you an injustice on how bad this fucking thing was. I don't even want to call it a compilation or a mixtape. It doesn't even deserve, I don't even want to call it a tape in general. Not even a fucking mix. This is something that you should put on a Game Boy cartridge and stick that up your fucking ass. That's what you should do. I mean, this movie was just bad. And if there's anything that pisses me off, it's getting my fucking time wasted. I admit I got a short temper here and there. Certain things, it's like a minefield. Sometimes people can walk for hours and nothing happens. But there's something, I just strike my nerve and I get pissed. And one of those things that strikes my fucking nerve is just wasting my time. And watching a fucking pastor just say stupid shit for about 15 minutes straight. There's a million better things you could do than watch this movie. One of them being having a staring contest with yourself in a fucking mirror. I'd rather hand wash my clothes than watch this movie again. I would rather fucking do a million other things than watch this fucking movie. I would rather stick my cock in a wasp nest. I'd rather play patty cake with fucking cactuses on my own face. 1,000 things I'd rather do. I'd rather hunt down the neighborhood pit bull and dip my nuts in peanut butter and taunt this fucking ass. This movie's terrible. If I ever have to watch this shit again, I'm gonna slam a fucking PlayStation 2 case straight on my nuts. Slam it shut. No fucking doubt. Don't watch it. You see the iceberg here? I don't know what genius put it anywhere near MD Pope. I don't know why it's in tier 8. I can't say for volume 2 because I haven't seen it. But I'll tell you this much. Volume 1 does not belong in tier 8. It probably belongs in tier 5 or 6 or maybe even 4. So give this shit a big demotion. It's nowhere near as bad as a it apparently is said to be. It's not fucking bad at all. Skip it. Don't watch it. Maybe you want to watch it for the prestige and the mysteriousness of how you've never seen it. But I just described the whole movie to you. Complete waste of fucking time. Again, your time is better served watching paint dry than watching this fucking movie. I promise you that. That's a fucking guarantee. With all that shit being said, that was Fetus Munchers Volume 1. I'm going to watch Volume 2 and do a review on it. I'm also going to do a review on MD Pope 2 and 3. Probably do the second one in a day or 2 days or 3 days. MD Pope 2. But man, make sure you like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Definitely comment down there below. I'm your boy Cole Raven. It took me a shit ton of time to get all this shit together, and it cost me fucking money to watch this shit and all that. I'm your boy. Whatever. I'm fucking obviously mentally exhausted because I didn't sleep on it because I was working on all this shit. And all for nothing because the movie sucked. It fucking sucked. Whatever, man. This can kiss my Puerto Rican ass. Deuces.